This ape-like creature may stay in these trees forever, but its world is changing. The growing mountains act like a wall, prohibiting moisture from the Indian Ocean from passing over the land. It's getting hotter and drier. The lush rainforest becomes an arid savanna. The new, hotter climate changes the creatures' habitat, forcing them to search further for food. Soon they stop dragging their knuckles like apes and begin to stand and walk on 2 feet. It's the most important step in the human story. This mountain range could be the reason humans walk on 2 feet. The random movement of 2 plates may have kick-started a chain of events that leads to the first humans. A man and child, a scene very much like today, but it's 1.5 million years ago. They are an early species of human called Homo erectus. And these are the first footprints like our own. Civilizations past and present. Everyone that's ever lived. The greatest inventions, the most brilliant ideas, human history in all its complexity and splendor begins here and now. The climate changes again. 70,000 years ago, sea levels fall, and the gap between Africa and Arabia shrinks to just 8 miles. The Red Sea is now narrow and shallow enough for a small group to cross out of Africa. They're another later species of human called Homo sapiens. Scientists believe that the entire world beyond Africa was populated from descendants of these 200 individuals. Over time, our ancestors multiplied and spread out to India, onto Asia, and into Europe. But while humans head north, a giant wall of ice travels south. Europe, 40,000 years ago. Homo sapiens arrive, only to find a world that's quickly changing. It should be the height of summer, but it's getting colder. The plants are frostbitten, and the rivers are frozen. Natural changes in the Earth's orbit, CO2 levels, and the flow of warm water around the planet conspire to lower the Earth's temperature. The Earth and its inhabitants enter an ice age. Glaciers as high as skyscrapers creep over the northern hemisphere about a foot every day. Slow and powerful, they sculpt the landscape depressions. The planet will never look the same again. Now, around 20,000 years ago, they grind to a halt. Much of the northern hemisphere is covered by ice sheets up to 1.5 miles thick. With trillions of gallons of water locked up as ice, sea levels fall. A strip of land emerges from the ocean between Siberia and Alaska. It's a bridge between two vast continents. A gateway that takes humans from Asia to a new world, the Americas. They're the last great continents to be colonized, the last great human migration, and the first Americans. Now, 14,000 years ago, the changes that triggered the Ice Age reverse. As the ice retreats, it reveals a very different northern hemisphere. The huge depressions that the glaciers create fill with water to become North America's Great Lakes. "6,000 years ago, the ice retreats back to the poles, toward the Arctic and Antarctic. After a 4.5 billion year journey, we're finally home. This is our world, our time. The planet's incredible story helps us understand how and why everything around us is here today. From the skies above to water, the essential ingredient for life, to the ground beneath our feet, and finally, life. A chain of catastrophes and coincidences, creating a spectacular result. Each triumph and disaster is a step leading to here. To each and every one of us, right now. But the Earth's story isn't over. This journey is only half the story. A lot more is yet to come. The Earth will live for at least another 4.5 billion years. More wonders, more terrors, and more strange creatures lie ahead for our restless and creative planet. The next chapter of Earth's story is still to be written.